Hey guys, welcome to another session of Reading Between the Lines, or RBTL for short. This is the second session. This is kind of follow-up to yesterday's patch notes. I wanted to make this because we got this huge patch coming, huge game changer, and that is our enhancements to our gear and also the base stats of the gear. That change I'm talking about. So if you have like a level 85 equipment, it doesn't matter what grade it is, so normal, epic, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have the exact same flat main stat, or base main stat rather, not flat, base main stat that you would get from an epic, a rare, heroic, or normal. It doesn't even matter, which is an incredible improvement. One, it's not too overpowered. It's because it scales with every single player in the game. I would say arguably, like later game players, people who have reached rank 60, able to shop in the secret shop here, probably have more advantage than, like, let's say like newer players that haven't reached rank 60. They can't purchase like level 85 gear, can't hunt level 85 gear as efficiently yet. It will kind of like push or open that gap between those types of players. But for people who reach rank 60 and even all the way up to late game players, this change actually doesn't, affect too much, like whether you're a new or a veteran player. It won't give an advantage, so to speak, for people who have farmed more gear. The only difference is that people who have farmed more gear have more options to select from. But I kind of want to go through the changes. So yesterday in the patch notes, it said that the gear that was before the patch, so I'm gonna just use my Luna as an example because I wanted to talk to you about it, talk to you guys about her gear specifically. So for example, we got this level 85 necklace. It's a good necklace, so it's stuck at 55% crit damage, but at 85 level 85 epic, usually before the patch, it was at 65% critical hit damage. 10% extra critical hit damage is extremely hard to obtain, and to get an epic level 85 necklace with the right main stat is just it's really rare. It's rare enough for you to like kind of brag to people about, even if you got crappy substats on it. So that change was supposed to affect the gear that comes after the patch. That means the gear on my Luna right now wouldn't have gotten the change. Now, people did complain about it, I think on Reddit, on forums and whatnot, saying that, well, that's not fair. And arguably, at the time I thought that, okay, it kind of made sense, but we all have decent gear that was, that would have benefited from this, I would guess, equipment buff, let's call it that. Like, so for example, just this crit necklace, critical hit damage necklace, for example. I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh crap, that kind of sucks, but at the same time, I kind of run into level 85 gear pretty easily at the secret shop, and if you really wanted to rush it, you could have like spammed the secret shop. Now obviously, hopefully since the patch all the way up to this video, you guys haven't spammed the secret shop, because Smilegates heard our complaining, and I'm making this video because, one, I'm gonna give Smilegates some really good credit here. They have been very attentive to our concerns, to our issues, and to our quote-unquote whining. Honestly, a lot of people, when they whine, it's very self-entitled, and Smilegates really didn't have to do this. The guys in my community, they're very, I would say, they don't whine, and so they were very like understanding, like, oh crap man, I wish this gear had the buff, but time to farm new gear. We were all ready to do it. But now Smilegates heard it, so last night about 6 or 7 p.m, so about only 3 to 4 hours after the maintenance patch, they come out and announce, hey, we're gonna change it. We're gonna, for all the old gear like this, they're gonna change it as well, which is like hooray for everyone. And they said, okay, we're gonna do it by the next patch, next week's patch. But depending on when I release this video, hopefully I do release it by this maintenance. Apparently, they've changed it now. They pushed it up because they have some bug fixes they need to do as well. They changed it up, so we're going to get it today. Today, as I'm making this video, and I'm going to post this up on YouTube, today we're going to get the changes. So this is going to be a huge improvement to everyone's units. And again, I think if you're like hardcore in PvP, GVG, it's gonna only level the playing field. It's not gonna really give you a benefit too much, I think. because everybody's gonna get the same buffs. But against like PvE content, now it's gonna be a lot easier. So again, like my Luna here will receive an immediate 10% critical hit damage. This boot, which I'm like I love this one so much, I can't get rid of. You know, I thought before, I'm like, oh man, if this was an epic 85, it would get 60% attack on it. Well, with Smilegates fix, I'm going to get the 60% attack. Yeah, you may say, oh, it's 5% attack, but 5% attack is like a substat roll, which is still better than nothing. And that means this boot is gonna be, I'm pretty sure for a really long time, one of my favorite ones. It has all the nicest, I would say substats, like exactly what I need. It has effectiveness, percentage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and it has speed. So like this stuff kind of makes me really exciting. Now I would say there is one kind of weird shift in how we're going to value our gear now, because so let's say, for example, let's go to the Abyss set, the old ones. I'm gonna go to a Cartuja really quick. So let's say for this one, because remember, the buff is based on the level of the weapon, not the grade of the weapon. So a lot of the free gear we get from the events, a lot of stuff we get from, like, if you were here for season 1 of the arena, you got the arena gear. If you got what's it called, the Abyss sets, like I'm showing here, you're not really gonna benefit from it, which is still okay for me. But let's say like the event critical hit damage necklace, other than the substats, if you didn't roll good substats on them, like, you're gonna get a better one than this, like, pretty easily. So it kind of really shifts things. Like, sometimes epic may be good, and I know there's like a big debate. I was saying this yesterday on yesterday's video. I was saying that getting a rare grade weapon or heroic grade weapon may actually be a bit more beneficial than an epic grade necklace. Now some people were saying that, well, you know, on epic grades you get higher base stat, like higher substat rolls anyway. But the thing is, most of the time, if you're building like a specific unit, one piece of gear, you would maybe benefit from maybe 2. You really want to like ramp up like 2 to 3 substats. If you get 4 and all 4 benefit your unit, well, that's just awesome. But at the same time, you kind of know that if it's split to 4, all the percentages are lower. So it really depends on what you're chasing. But you know, yesterday I think someone was posting on Reddit, and there's a formula on the chances of the substat rolls you can get per gear, per grade. And so what I mean by that is, like, if you know the new substat change, so let me actually grab a piece of gear that would give you guys a better understanding. Let me go here. Now these are all really good changes. I'm gonna go to a necklace and maybe blue. We're gonna go to rare, see if I have an unupgraded one with some good substats. Yeah, so like, for example, like even just these 85 rare necklaces, again, the critical hit chance is gonna be the max. It's gonna be like as if it's an 85 epic level, which is an incredible improvement. That means everyone having like an 85 critical hit chance necklace should have near 100% or over 100% critical hit chance. You know, this one will work. Okay, so let's say if I was aiming for, you know, I'm building a unit, I wanted effectiveness on this necklace and I wanted speed. Now, based on the new substat rolling rules, it's that the first 2, so once you get it to +6, so +3 and +6 used to add you a new substat, and then you would roll the last 3 upgrades into random substats, so 1 out of 4, okay, but you get it 3 times. Now the changes have made it so that for a rare necklace, for example, you're going to be rolling 2 substat enhancements first before you add another 2 substats, and then on the final one you get an additional substat enhancement. So that means if I want to really control my substats, so for example, effectiveness and speed, this is exactly what I wanted, this necklace would be really good to invest in. Because once I get the substats that I really want, the 2 other rolls, you know, because of RNG, would just have as much chance to be crappy as if it had the old rules, where the substats actually rolled first. But in this case, at least you know you get a bit of a boost on the exact ones you want. Instead of waiting all the way to like +15, in order to maybe get a chance, 1 out of 4 chance to get the substat that you want. So at the end of the day, this improvement is an incredible improvement for all players all around, and it doesn't like break the game, but it really does shift how you're going to be farming gear and how you're going to be like keeping your gear. Now, for example, I'm just going to quickly go to, let's say, a weapon. I was thinking about this last night, you know, in depth, and I was thinking, you know, a lot of people are hunting. Well, you know, you would want to grind your raid anyways. The boss fights are great for all these rewards, but they drop epic level gear. Now, until you can farm hell raid, you're not going to really benefit, I guess, from the I would say the stats, the main stats of the epic level gear. I would say the only benefit from now farming raid is to actually get the unique sets that you can get from raid. So immunity sets, rage sets, unity sets, those kind of sets are probably going to be more important. So like stuff like this, you know, getting a weapon that's an attack set, you know, you're going to get random drops, and it's going to be low base attack because it's a level 67. You can keep that in mind. Level 67, you're going to get 4. Maybe you get lucky and all 4 substats are good, but again, you're going to run into the problem. Every single roll is a 1 out of 4 chance to get the one you want. Most likely you're not going to want, like, let's say like a, you know, a 10% health, a 10% effective. Well, okay, that's not a good example. All of these ones are actually pretty decent. But if, let's say if it's like a 10% attack, 10% I don't know, health, you know, like you could roll those, and if you wanted like critical hit damage and speed instead. Okay, so I was thinking like, yeah, it kind of shifts once people get teams to farm. I think Golem 11, Banshee 11, and Wyvern 11. I think these are actually going to be the biggest goals now. Yes, there were already goals for late game players. That's what people have been farming anyway. But now, because of the new substat rules and also the new base stat rules on the level of the gear, it's gonna change the outcome of your farming a lot. No longer do you have to here, let me go here. So I've been crafting boots, level 85 boots for the longest time, hoping to get an epic grade for a 40 total speed at max enhancement, so 8 base speed. But now with this, I'm gonna have a ton of boots because that's all I've been crafting. It's 85, 85, 85. I'm gonna get a ton of boots that's gonna get 40, which is beneficial for me because I've been wanting to do that. I don't care about the substats on these speed ones. There's a lot of units you don't even really need to care about the substats. For example, CR boosters. You guys know CR boosters are super important, and the boot is like the fundamental piece to get them going. So like I can now really cheaply, you know, once I get gold and runes to enhance my boots, I can really cheaply gear up like a 3rd CR booster, right? Their whole job is to push the CR booster if you're doing this for PvP and GVG. So anyways, I really love this update, and again, giving credit to Smilegate. They're just incredible. Very last things is just want to show. See, look, I have a huge critical hit chance. Like I'm known like notoriously on stream and on videos, because I do a lot of like GVG, PvP live, and then in critical moments my units never crit. This will no longer be a problem now, because like, okay, she's at 83% like Bologna right now, but once we get that patch update, this is 55% chance critical hit. I think that's what people have been telling me, 55% if it was an epic grade, but level 85, so right away got 10%, so she's at 93. That's incredibly OP. So like you don't even need to re-gear units to find more. So like, for example, this one now on Kisei is way too low. She gets no benefit from this. This is a level 57, that's at epic, so I gotta change this out like really quick. I don't know who's holding on to some good stuff. Think no, it's not Kairon, I think Violet. So for example right here, he's already at 90%. If he gets a 10% critical hit chance buff from this, he gets 100% critical hit chance without me actually really trying to dig for it, you know? It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really good. And now, like I said, it really changes the dynamic on where we want to actually get our gear, you know, what to even craft. Now crafting T6 or level 85 gear is gonna be way more beneficial. than before, where you would want like an epic grade or like a really good substats. Now you have everything laid out on a table. You know exactly what to invest in because you can look for the right substats for the unit you want to build. So anyways, in the long term, I think it will save us a ton of runes, a ton of gold, and a ton of time as well. So again, clap to Smilegate. They have been constantly impressing me with their speedy responses. But anyways, that's it for that. Hopefully this kind of discussion will help you guys think about how you're going to prioritize how you play and whatnot, and hopefully this has been helpful. And I'm just going to end this one here. So if you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next Reading Between the Lines.